Hi, people. I'm back. Stacy Hazlitt, one more time. Got quite a bit to talk about. Uh, Steve's back on. I said that in my last video. Steve's back, and I'm glad. Now, let me explain why. Steve provides me with a lot of content for my program here that I can clarify things from Steve's channel. Uh, he had a scientist on there named Sam. That's what he called himself, was Sam. Sam verified things that I've been saying for a long time. Well, kind of like what I've been saying and what Scott Carpenter's been saying. Scott Carpenter has talked about having portals. He showed them. And I told everybody they're not like my portals. Well, the scientist Sam, he come out and said there's two different types of portals. I didn't know that till today. So by Steve having the show on, I learned that today. My portal would be the ones for interdimensional. It's a not like what Scott's got. Scott's got one that they close up and go in and out of. He showed it on his films, and it's different than mine. Mine is always up. It was always up in my tree area and come down. It's marked but through a circle and some other stuff. It's hard to explain, but anyway, my portal was different. So science has verified the fact there's two different kinds of portals. Also, they said that they verified the fact of, which I don't remember if I brought this up or not. I might not have. But when when the Foots cloak themselves, it takes energy from them. It takes their energy to be cloaked. That's why they prefer not to be cloaked. They use it if they have to. Well, the scientist there, he's talking about how it's magnetic electronic energy that's in them. Like we have electronic energy in us, they have multitude more than we do. They use it for other things that, well, let me put it this way. Watch Steve's channel. Uh, the title is Another Scientist Says, What the F is Going On? That's the title. And the first video is about the scientist named Sam. Watch that video. He confirms things that I've been saying, and he also straightens up some things that I didn't know about. I didn't know for sure two different portals. I just know mine wasn't the same as Scott Carpenter's. So, had verified that for both of us. Uh, on another note, I just talked to one of my new friends, Brett, and on my video that I put out, no more Bigfoot, no more Sasquatch, the first people. I had pondered that for quite a while because I didn't know how to go about it, I didn't know how people take it, and the Foots were kind of on me about it, gave me a lot of rattling in the head. And at the time I was having turmoils in my head about this. Brett was at one of his friend's house, which Brett was a uh, close friend to Carrie Arnold. And that came up in our conversation. And Bigfoot come up, and he is trying to tell people about the Bigfoot. He's telling them things he'd never heard of before. Things just come out of his mouth. He wrote me a comment and explained this to me. He's been a loyal listener. He's always commented a lot, and he wrote that in there how things just came out of his mouth. This is what I do. Things just come out of my mouth, and I don't know. I mean, some serious things come out of my mouth, and I don't know where they come from. But when I read that, I went through the channels and made arrangements for us to have a phone call. So we had a phone call, and I believe, if not through Carrie, through my contact from him through our channel, and the Foots know everything, they were working on him as well and trying to settle out that issue over there. That was down towards Mississippi. Anyway, that's what I had to talk to him about. That was very important. I had him to understand that I was doing the same thing that he was at the same time. I mean, I wasn't talking at the time, but I had all the thoughts in my head and was worried about it. But that's why I come out with no more Bigfoot, no more Sasquatch. And that's he was using the forest people where he was talking, and just things he said just popped out of his mouth. So I had to let him know that. Okay, now the video where uh, Steve's talking about Brian reading Mr. Ash's diary and stuff. There's so much stuff in there come out of Mr. Ash's diary. I've been saying for years. I've been saying this for years. I've been telling you people for quite a few years too. Bigfoot or motivated. How do you call motivated? Uh, they're so some of them are associated with the aliens, and the aliens have them do things that others don't do. There's the first people here that don't associate with the aliens, and they like a breakaway. Them's our friends. The ones that still associate with whatever aliens there is to give people a bad time. That's another story because they give some of the First Nation the first people, they give them a bad time because they're not following orders by the aliens, star people, as you want to call them. I call them aliens. That's what they are. They use star people, and that's the way people refer to it. But anyway, if you look back at some of the things on Steve's channel, things First Nation ladies have said about how they give you presents, they do this, they do that. I've been telling you for years I've been doing this. I'm not here trying to toot my whistle. I am trying to establish the fact that what I say is true. I deal with the foots. They tell me things. I know things. Uh, the resolve is the big thing coming. They know more about the resolve than I do, but they're letting me know somewhat. I know the resolve is coming close. This is why they want their name to be known as the first people, because we're going to have to associate with them. Do you people get a grasp of that? Brett has told me that he watches everything pretty close, and he has a grasp of the fact that not everybody goes back and watches all my videos. And that's what I tell everybody if I give them a card or something, say, there's the first one, go to that and work your way up. The reason I do that, there's stuff in the middle there that clarifies things going on in my life. It goes on with me and the foots. It makes a better understanding of where I am today with my foots. My critters are really important to me. They know that. And by the way, this is the time of year. Wasn't a few weeks back, my clan from South Carolina, they came from Lebanon. They came up here and was spending time with my other clan. Well, now I don't hear too much from them. I barely get the sounds I used to get, which I understand the sounds now a little better now that I understand about the electricity involved in them. Uh, Johnny goes to the electricity. He has a sound in his head. I'm going to try to get Johnny on the channel here one time and let you meet Johnny. But Johnny brought him home from my house, and they've been with him ever since. And he has static electricity in his head. When they're around, he's got static electricity. You can hear it in his head. Me, I get the sounds like a field of crickets. Nighttime field. That's what I hear. I can tell how many's around by how loud that is. And I don't know if Johnny can tell about static. I've never asked him about it. But anyway, I'll get Johnny on here sometime. I'm trying to get something arranged. It's kind of hard because I'm in and out of town so much right now, and I got a lot going on. I'm going back down to Gatlinburg. I gotta make a phone call. I'm still trying to get hooked up with the Cherokee people. I haven't got a word back from them. So I don't know if they're denying me or they're just nobody knows what's going on with them or whatever. I don't know. But I'm so glad Steve's back on the air because the witnesses on that show are important to me. They verify everything I say. Steve don't want to hear much of what I got to say. He's got me blocked, I'm pretty sure. He don't hear nothing I got to say after my first letter when I said I'm going to get him to go to Congress with me. And I guess he didn't think that was such a good idea or something. He said, well, good luck with that. I think he had me blocked. But that was back when Steve was calling them bastards and everything else. He quit doing that. He made a change. I knew he was going to make the change. One of my viewers, Rummy Girl and Jack, I told him exactly what was going to happen. It happened. Told him I sent a letter to Steve. Told him to cool his mouth, stay off of him. It would go better for him. I don't know if he got the letter, but he cooled out. Now he talks about them as though they're human. They are human. Another breed, another brand of human from another area, but they're human. They have emotions. They have concern. They have jealousies. Flower was jealous of Sharon and displayed it. These are all human instincts, just different things. But they're loyal. You're loyal to them, they're loyal to you. I'd never do anything against my foots. I'd never try to hurt them, do anything bad for them, only good. They know that. So here I am today, telling you what's going on. Please, if you've been on this channel for a little while, go back through my videos. Take your time. If you haven't went through them, please go through them. You will understand why I am where I am today with what's going on. It'll make sense to you. If you come around here in the middle of this thing and towards the end of what I've been doing, well, I'm listening, but I don't understand it. Well, so I watch everything going on. Brett tuned me onto that. He says the people aren't watching it. They're just jumping into it. Yeah, I understand that. I'm a boring guy. I'm not much to look at, and sorry about taking up your time, but I'm trying to give you the information that counts. I'm not one that's going to give you a bunch of bull. I'm trying to just straight up the way it is. I live this. I didn't really ask for it, but kind of. It came to me, and I dealt with them in a way I felt was right. And they make me happy. Sharon has her doubts with evil in them and stuff, which Sharon will be back on here. She's just wanting to go through everything she can to verify what she is. And all the other thing, too, tonight, it's that side that said something about the Nephilim again. I will say this one more time. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call them, are not Nephilim. They're the first people. There was no Nephilim here back then. There was none of us here back then. They're the first people. So try to get that straight if you would. Well, look, I'm off here. I got to go. Thank you very much. Please go through my videos and follow up to today so you know what's really going on. Thank you. I'll see you as soon as something else comes up on Steve's show I can talk to you about. Thank you. Bye.